Hey! So this video is coming at you a little bit late. We got off schedule because I was dealing with some stuff with my stalker. Super fun. But let's just jump right in and get started. And remember, the hand that I have marked with my bracelet is my dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, this is going to be your right hand. If you're left-handed, this is going to be your left hand. All right, first up, meaning. Meaning. You're going to start outwards and move inwards. And then married. Married. And if you remember, like, don't like, want, don't want, married, divorce. And for husband, wife, and spouse, the only thing that's really going to change is where you start the sign. So remember, our jaw is considered feminine, our forehead is considered masculine, and for gender-neutral labels, you're going to do them at the cheekbone. So, married, wife, husband, and spouse. My camera fell over, so I apologize if the angle is slightly different. Single, single, or alone, alone. And if you're talking about somebody else who's alone, you're not going to do it here, you're going to do it over there, alone. The sign for family has changed a little bit in recent years because ASL is trying to separate itself even more from English. So we're using less initialized signs or signs that use letters that link to the English word. So the sign for family used to be this, family. Some people still use that sign, family. There's also family if you want to completely move away from the initialized sign. But what I tend to do is somewhere in the middle, family, family. The sign for baby is just this, but if you want to say son or daughter, you're actually going to do this. So basically what you're doing is female baby, male baby. And this applies regardless of the person's age. If you are 89 and you're talking about yourself as somebody's daughter, it's still gonna be this. There are a couple of different ways to sign kids or children. There's the more formal, children or child, children or child. It kind of looks like you're patting them on the top of the head. But if you want to go for a more casual or slang sign, this is closer to what would be equivalent of kid or kids. And it's the same whether it's singular or plural. Rock on, under the nose, give it a wiggle. Kids. Aunt, aunt. So this is girl, right? We're gonna do it like that. Aunt is not touching and it's just a little wiggle. And then uncle, uncle is by the forehead. The sign for house, it literally looks like you're just outlining one, house. And then the sign for home initially was just describing what you do at home. Eat and bed, and over time it got shortened to that. All right, some rooms within the house. Bedroom, bedroom. So this is just gonna be your sign for room, like you're drawing a box. Bedroom or bedroom. Bathroom, make a T for toilet, shake it back and forth. Bathroom. Kitchen. So this is the sign for cook. It's like you're flipping a pancake. And then kitchen, you're gonna make a K and do the sign for cook. Some people prefer cook room for kitchen if you don't want to use the initialized sign, but both are valid options. Dining room is gonna be eat room, and then office is office. O in a circle, office. Moving on from that to work, there's a couple different ways you can sign work. It can be straight up and down, or you can do it in a little forward circle. This is how I usually do it, in a forward circle, but this is also a valid option. The difference between think and know, I think is honestly really funny. So think is with one finger, think, just point to your brain, and know is with all of your fingers. And the way I like to remember that is you're kind of sure versus you are very sure. More fingers equals more sureness, I suppose. So think versus know. Next up is the signs for love. There's a bunch of them and we're gonna go through how they're all different. When you're talking about another person, the sign for love can be pretty overreaching. This can be family, friends, or a partner. So I love my mom, or I love my best friend. If you're talking about an object or an activity, love. Love. You'll see this abbreviated sometimes as kiss fist, love. So I love that TV show. There's of course the sign for I love you, which is actually I-L-Y, right? I love you. And then the last one I actually don't see a ton of people talk about when going over the different signs for love is this. This is cherish or value. So as a teacher, I love my kids. All right, and the last vocab word today is the sign for self. It's gonna be thumbs up. This is myself, or yourself. Yourself. So let's try some sentences, right? We're going back to questions because those are a great foundation to start with. Where do you work? I'm gonna hold off, pause it if you have to, think about it. Remember the question word goes at the end, right? So it would be you work or work where. Remember those eyebrows, it's basically our question mark, right? So you work or work where. How about a yes or no question? Are you married? So you're gonna phrase it like a statement, and the only difference is your eyebrows. Your eyebrows are gonna be your question mark, and for yes or no questions, they're up. So for are you married, it would be you married with those eyebrows. All right, how about what's your daughter's name? Think on it, question word goes at the end, right? So it would be your, possessive with a flat hand, right? Daughter, name is what? All right, one more. Where's your house? Think on it. Question word goes at the end. Your house is where? Keep those eyebrows down. Your house is where? All right, I'm gonna sign some sentences and I want you to think about what they mean and then I'll tell you right after. That one was, what's your uncle's name? Where's your school? Are you deaf? Nice to meet you. All right, lastly, just a little bit of finger spelling practice. Same setup as before, right? Okay, so first, got it? Orange. Next one. Mask. Last one for today. Life. All right, that's it for today. Y'all keep practicing. I'm so proud of you and thank you so much. And as always, thank you so much to my patrons. I wouldn't be able to post this content for free without the support that y'all give. Thank you so much.